All right, guys. So I'm here with
Vincent,
and Vincent. Where are you from?
I'm from Manila, Philippines.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 40 years old.
Awesome. So you've been here a few days now. What's brought you to the Bali Time Chamber?
It's my second time here in Bali Time Chamber. The first time was back in May last year.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was kind of feeling burned out at work, and I feel like I needed to reset, go somewhere, quiet my brain. And I found this on the internet, and Instagram hit me.
Yeah.
So it was initially daunting at first, seeing how the ad was made, seeing all this, muscular alpha guys
Yeah.
there. But I thought, I'm looking for a sense of brotherhood. That's one.
Yeah.
And it was really a catch for me to know that this is situated somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and it's going to be away from everything, from all the distractions, which I thought I needed at that time.
Yep.
And after my first 2 weeks here at that time, it proved to be really valuable for me. I was able to make good connections. I was able to have a reset. I was able to answer some questions I've had for myself, and I came home really, really energized, inspired, motivated, and I was also in good shape.
Yeah.
That's also another reason why I came here to start again my journey on getting really fit. Yeah. So this time, however, the start of 2025, I thought, since I learned a lot from last year, I want to carry over. I don't want to lose momentum. So this is more of me being intentional that, okay, what worked before, I will repeat again.
Yep.
So it worked, detaching from the world, quieting my brain for a while. And Bali, this place did me so well, and I wanted to repeat that. So in a way, I'm here because one is recharge. The past quarter for the years has been very busy in my business. I'm into landscape construction, so the construction business can really be very, very busy during the last few months of the year. So I needed to
Yeah.
recharge because I didn't stop even on weekends. So I needed that. Another thing is reset. So again, since it's the start of the year, I thought, okay, maybe take a pause, rethink what's going to happen for the what I want to happen for the year. Like some questions I've had last year, what brings me joy, what's my purpose? I want to revisit that again. And I feel like for me to get to that state of being able to be clear, I need to have a reset, I need to have a pause. So this is really okay. It was so fast moving last year, slow it down, reset, and then move forward again. So that's how I want to do it. The other thing is reconnect and rediscover, maybe reconnect with myself. And as I do that, rediscover more again. Maybe there are things I'd want to unlearn. Maybe there are things I want to relearn. There might be some belief systems I think that are still recurring, limiting belief systems
Yeah.
that are still recurring, and I want to reconnect with myself deeper, so that I can discover what's working and what's not working, especially insofar as the new goals I'm going to set for myself this year.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned about kind of brotherhood, but also your first impressions when you saw the stuff on Instagram
Mm.
and a few worries before you came here the first time.
Yeah.
I think obviously that's one of the reasons why I want to interview you and some of the other guys here, because there was part of me that kind of felt a similar thing as well. People from back home, when they see the Instagram videos, and you kind of, most people have the wrong impression about this place
Yeah.
and think it's like, just a load of big alpha guys with
Full of testosterone.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking cavemen with
Yes.
fire sticks and
Gotcha.
going off into the night slaying animals.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's completely different to that.
Mm-hmm.
From being here almost 2 weeks now, I haven't come across anyone that's got a big ego, or it's very grounded, down to earth people that have come here to seek kind of peace,
Yes.
work on themselves, work on their businesses, their goals, and also connect with like-minded people, which
Yeah.
is everything that I wanted out of the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the same for you as well.
Yeah. So when I was here the first time, I can actually compare the group of.
I was going to ask you how it compares.
A lot of, well, definitely both groups, at least the ones I've met, are into self-development, self-improvement. They know the value of, for them to move forward, they need to really be reconnected, connected very much with their truth, with themselves. No,
Yeah.
a lot of the people I've met during that time were had big egos, but they're okay, and that's I think that for men that's normal to have. But what's surprising at that time for me, what or refreshing maybe, and even humbling, was to see that everyone was just really looking to feel safe,
Yeah.
and and coming here, everyone had a bit of baggage.
Everyone's got a story, right?
Everyone's got a story. So you hear people, everyone's actually doing okay. That's the thing. Everyone's fairly doing okay in their lives. In fact, some are, I would say, almost billions maybe in earnings or in net worth. But they're still yearning for something. And that made everyone feel safe. That, okay, it's normal to feel a bit maybe confused or maybe tired. And so that was very refreshing to see these big muscular guys talking with heart and really being a bit vulnerable. In fact, a lot of them got so vulnerable, and it was really refreshing. And like, wow, this guy looks so put together, successful, but then apparently they have some deep stories, and some are sad, some are traumatic, some are, of course, a lot of still good stuff that they get to share. But you just realize that a lot of people have their own stories. They're probably going through some things, and that allowed me to be more compassionate with everyone. That's also one of the learnings I got from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. Everyone comes from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know, you've got people here that are incredibly successful, people that have just got smaller businesses or work for a company, you know, what you class as regular guys.
Yeah.
But everyone's brought together by the fact that ultimately we're all human. We all have similar fears, doubts, worries, and issues in our lives that from the outside, a lot of people think, you know, the rich or wealthy or business owners, they're kind of different from the rest of the population. But actually, when you come to a place like this, and it completely removes all of those beliefs, because you realise you sit around and you're all kind of connected in this similar ways. And well, I mean, one familiar theme here is kind of breakups. Like a lot of guys gone through breakups and they've come here. And like I say, everyone's in a good place. But it's that kind of human element that kind of brings people together, I guess.
Are you going to talk about that part of your story?
This is your story, man.
Yeah. No, I forgot to answer properly the question earlier. How different the guys are. Both are again into self-improvement. The batch of guys I met were also, a lot of them are entrepreneurs, also finding their own, what's the next thing. No, but a lot of them are also health and wellness practitioners, I guess. Some are into psychotherapy, like conduct psychotherapy. Some facilitate breath work. Some facilitate some yoga, meditation classes, life coaching. So it was really more of like that. I think that's one of the first batch of people that BTC attracted. But now it seemed to be more of more general, and I'm not saying more normal, but this seems to be like really the people on the go, like we're really doing it already, and it's okay. But these ones, I guess, they felt okay, maybe they have that group, maybe okay, they have a space to do what I want to do, meet people of the same kind, and that was really helpful for all of us. Yeah, a lot of people were going through a breakup. I wasn't going through a breakup that I was really just, maybe I wanted to break up with my work at that time. But I felt though that I was breaking up as a person. I think I had a lot of breakdowns. A lot of it mostly from work, and how I go about the site. You know, the feeling of not good enough, not you know, even if the business is actually fairly successful, I still feel sometimes that I probably will never measure up, not good enough. So this was really just
Everyone has those doubts.
yeah. So the daily nature walks here, the walks to the waterfalls, just fantastic. Seeing this wonderful view every day. Look at that beautiful sunset. That was so recharging, like I said, but also I think it's really just a reminder for me that life moves on. Life is beautiful as it is.
Yeah.
And another takeaway from my last trip was how it reconnected me with God, at least my faith, and just the feeling of surrender that I can be stripped away from all the superficial stuff. You know, the stuff that we see when you're in the city, when
Yeah.
we're in the metropolitan areas. But here we just sleep, we just train, we just see nature, we
Keeps
eat,
you very.
and we're okay.
Yeah.
We're
It keeps you very present, I think.
Yes, yes. Thank you for saying that. It keeps us very present. And then, bonus is the gift of friendship, the brotherhood. And I think as men, there's that importance, or maybe some people are aware of it, some men are aware of it, some of us are not. That there's that sense of group that or brotherhood that I think we look for, and that to me is one of the gifts of BTC as well. Yeah, I'm still very much connected, in touch with my friends from my last visit here. I'm looking forward to um, nurturing the friendships I've had here so far in this time, and that includes you. So I'm really thankful. I mean, I'm learning a lot from so many people.
Yeah, you learn from everyone. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
got a different background, but something. Each individual brings something to the group that can,
Yes.
we're all learning every day.
Yeah, and honestly, we're also learning to respect people from different cultures. Some people here have different opinions about the war, the politics, religion. But here, you just learn to listen with an open mind, open heart, and respect it as it is. That you don't necessarily have to come to an agreement, but you need that respect, and that's also refreshing to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the connections that you can build with the other guys here
Yeah.
is something that one of the best things that I'll take away from this experience.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many places where you can come and make friends from people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That includes the sort of last group, because I've been here 2 weeks now,
Yeah.
and then a new group, including yourselves, come
Yeah.
in. But yeah, and I definitely agree with what you're saying. It keeps your mind open to
Mm-hmm.
every other cultures and beliefs and interests of the guys that come here.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
yeah,
how other people deal with breakups.
yeah,
How they really, some are a bit quiet, some are even more quiet, some are even dark. But I saw some people here who really broke down, like big guys who really cried because of breakups, and that was wow. So that's really just how this place does it for us. It makes us feel safe to be all that we are.
and I think that's with men in general,
Mm-hmm.
especially in places like the UK.
Yeah.
There's not really many of these places where guys can come together and just chat and be open. It's very much
Mm-hmm.
there's a big male loneliness problem
Mm-hmm.
in the UK and across the world.
Yeah.
That whole stigma of you can't say how you feel. You say to one of your friends, "Yeah, how are you doing?" "Oh, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
fine." You just stuff it all down. Whereas you come to a place like this and you kind of feel, like you say, safe to be open and speak about
Mhm.
any issues or problems that you have.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe last is while I learn from from people here and my experience here, I also feel validated. Also, I guess what they say: you teach people how to treat you. That's probably indirectly or directly, consciously and subconsciously. It's also knowing what, and there's wisdom in knowing what you bring to the table. That you and me, or how we are able to connect and organize the group now, as much as we can say, oh, they're really a bunch of kind and good people, it's also, at least for me, I feel validated. Okay, so this is probably my strength. This is me, that I have something to bring, I have something to offer, I have something worth listening to. And not that they validate me, but it's just me knowing, seeing that this is the result I'm creating because of showing myself, and then maybe there's something good. So I think it's also really important that as we see the world, at least here, see the people here, we also look inwards and see maybe how they view us and how what we're creating for them, how we make people feel calm to share. Calm. They're very. Someone would say, "You feel very calm." I'd share. I feel very. You're very pleasant. I like being with you. So these things, that's actually very. Yeah, it's good to validate yourself as well. That hey, you're okay. You're good. You have so much to share, and you're more than enough. So that's something.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
One final question then: how, for the second time round, being at Bali Time Chamber, what do you? You've got a few days left, right? Was it Monday you go?
Yeah, I leave in 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
So we've still got 4 days in Bali Time Chamber. Still a long time
Yeah.
in here. Time definitely slows down.
Mhm.
But I guess, I mean, up to this point, what do you think the second time round? What have you got out of the experience? What have you learned from this experience up to this point?
Well, uh, one is to really take a breather. The importance of not waiting too long for you to take a breather or to take a reset. That's important for me. So now I feel like whether it's here or in other places, I need to have that constant recharge because I am worth it. I owe it to myself. I cannot really keep on like moving and moving and moving and grinding without really giving rest. And we're worth it. I needed to believe that I'm worth it. That's one. Second, this time around, well, I'm really questioning again: is my purpose from last year, the past year, still the same? And I'm actually writing on my journal now. So I spend my days here journaling, sometimes chatting with ChatGPT to help me process my journal, my thoughts. But it's really being intentional. Okay, what's my purpose this time? Because I realized before my purpose was really driven by what I think would be accepted by the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was superficial until I came here, and then like it was just meeting people from different backgrounds. I didn't realize my horizons was so limited. Yes, I can see very far, but I didn't know that there's so much more. So that really expanded. Okay, maybe there's something else. Maybe there's either more simplistic purposes that I can craft for myself, or maybe there's something even bigger, like really making an impact. So I'm really thinking of that, and I want to do more meditative walks to figure that out, hopefully. And while I would say that I'm doing it with a sense of urgency because I only have 3 days here. But one of the guys from my last visit here told me, you know what, if you have questions, and if you don't arrive at an answer while you're here, know that it's okay.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm just relieved of that pressure that the answers will come to me. I'll do my work, but if it doesn't really come to me, if it doesn't feel true, I'm okay. So just really relieving myself off of that pressure. So that's something I want to take away from this. But hopefully, if everything it works out well, I have my vision for the year, for what kind of like life I want to create, what kind of businesses I'll enter, how do I take my business to the next level. That's of course logical, but also just maybe doing an audit also of the kind of friends that I want to keep. What kind of family do I want to put up? What kind of family I want to have? Where do I settle? Do I become a nomad? So these questions I'm really asking myself. But ultimately, it's really about my purpose, my vision, and my what brings me joy.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to wrap up. I know you're going to crush it. And it's been a pleasure to meet you and get to know you so far. We were just talking before we came up here about potential trip in May.
Yes.
I've got to leave Vietnam for 2 weeks whilst my working visa gets sorted after I secure a job. So I think gonna pay a visit to Philippines.
Yes.
Manila.
I will take care of your visit there for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you're welcome to the Philippines. And really, again, thank you. For those who don't know, Jamie has been leading our workouts. He's the one who created the group chat. He's the one organizing everyone, leading the walks as well. So thank you for that. I think it's really important to have people leading the pack, and he's leading it with so much gentleness and diplomacy, but with a bit of firm strictness. We almost thought that he's from the military. I mean, look at him, but look at him. But
You're not the first person to say that.
Yeah, so but really, thank you. If not for you, the group would not have m- molded into the kind of brotherhood that we have now. So thank you.
It's been a pleasure, man. All right, we'll wrap up there. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.